It's been a while. I know we haven't talked. I've been busy. I've been really focused on living in the present. I'll get back to that in a second, but I want to take this time to bring y'all up to speed, but also to reflect. My name's Jana. I'm an all-around filmmaker. Recently, 2 of my films were selected in the Anthology Film Festival. It's like a horror/sci-fi kind of film festival. It was really good to be a part of that, After writing, filming, editing, and releasing 3 films within 3 weeks, it feels good to get some recognition. It's good to know that my creative efforts and my hard work is acknowledged. Not to mention, I put out all 3 of those films within the same week of each other. But at this point for me, it's kind of muscle memory. It's almost natural. I hate to say it, I've gotten used to it. And the reason why I'm not too flattered to say it is because a lot of these films are made with a small crew. But the fact is, if you're gonna be a filmmaker, that's what you gotta be ready for. You gotta be okay with just having the phone in your hand as the camera. As long as you got the story, that's all that matters. Today I'm going to tell you exactly what it means to be a basher. So let's start with a simple origin story. About 2014, my friends and I, we went to college and we would party a lot on campus. Just capturing those moments in life that we're going to look back on and be like, wow, what a memory, what a time. We love to do everything to the max with no fear. Just enjoyment, excitement, with poise. We will bash on things, It's about going to the max and then even going past that. I've implemented that in my lifestyle for I don't know how long. But once I was out of college, I was on my own. And I traveled a lot for work. And I decided I didn't want to keep doing a corporate life. I wanted to take that chance. I wanted to take that risk. I wanted to continue to tell my stories visually. So, on a chill night in LA in a hotel room, I decided right then and there, when I get back to Portland, I'm going to form a film company called Basher Visuals. (2017) decisions. I made that decision to buy an LLC to commit to being a filmmaker. And the word of the year for 2018 was vision. Throughout the year of 2018, I had some of the weirdest dreams. Dreams that my brother and I jumped Quentin Tarantino because he pushed me after I caught him talking shit about me winning an Oscar, and he felt salty. Just for the record, I would never put my hands on Quentin Tarantino. Alright, I'm not trying to crash out like that. I'm not trying to end up like Will Smith or nothing like that. I'm not losing my spot. I ain't gonna put my hands on none of y'all. Y'all can hate all y'all want when I get my Oscars and all that, but hey, hate from afar, alright? Don't come up on me like that and don't touch me. But most importantly, I had visions about where I wanted Basher Visuals to go. I wanted TV shows. I wanted movies. I wanted to hit that red carpet. I wanted to be the leading face of the foundation. I wanted to create opportunities for others. I wanted people to get the opportunities that I didn't get. And I wanted to create those opportunities for others that I knew deserved them. And for the most part, all those things I still want.
So now that I feel like we were at a good spot when it comes to the content that'll be on the website, and I just now I'm thinking like, and maybe this is more for me to figure out, like, what am I gonna put, like, what am I gonna start on first? What am I gonna try to bring to life first?
In 2019, I took that vision up a notch when I left everything in Portland and moved to Atlanta. I don't think I had a paying job until April 2019. It was that rough for your boy. And then once I got a job, I still had to get another job to save up money for future films. I had to go through broken promises. I had to go through a lot of film trials and tribulations. I had to go through scams, meaning I got scammed. It was a really tough year, but I endured, which is why the word of that year was endurance for me. Okay, so let's get to 2020. 2020 is a year that I'm pretty sure a lot of us want to forget about. I think everything that had happened in 2019 had just finally got to me, and it just struck a chord. And just from getting scammed out of money, just bad business situations, putting my all into making my first short film, and just a lot of childhood trauma that I was enduring. A lot of it, everything just like bubbled up inside. But that was also the time when I realized I need to focus on me. I need to get myself together. I need to actually prioritize myself. I'm pretty sure a lot of you can relate, being the person that is the giver, being the person that is the people pleaser, being the person that will help everyone else accept themselves. I was definitely that person, and it got to the point where I was helpless. I had nothing left to give for myself. In order to heal from all the trauma and the pain and the stress that I was going through at the time, I had to finally make it about me. I had to finally focus on me. So the word of the year for 2020 was focus. And since I was finally refocused in 2020, I'd say in 2021, I was practicing patience. At times, I was frustrated with the fact that things weren't going my way, but I also had to understand that things may not be going your way because you're not ready for it. You gotta focus on what's in front of you and stop being so caught up in the future of things. You're never gonna reach that future if you don't take care of the present. So needless to say, in 2021, the word of the year was patience. And because I had that patience in 2021, it led to the word of the year for 2022, opportunity. And because of the focus that I had in 2020, I was able to create Basher Week. Because of the patience that I had in 2021, keeping my head down and grinding, I was able to have another year of Basher Week. And in 2022, after that third year, a lot of great opportunities started coming my way. I'm no longer working just indie films. Now we're working with major studios. All you had to do was focus and have patience, and the opportunities that you want will come. I was finally getting some consistent work that I enjoyed, work that only involved film. And I'll tell you right now, it's a good feeling when you make a living solely doing something that you love. And then those opportunities came crashing down in 2023. Now, this isn't the word of the year, but one word that would lead to the word of 2023 was strike. That damn strike. I have so many mixed emotions about it, because while I definitely understand why it was necessary to happen, it brought a lot of casualties. And I, for one, was definitely a casualty of the strike. A lot of the opportunities that I had came crashing down. And a lot of the opportunities that my friends had came crashing down. And it went from us planning a trip to London to trying to figure out how we were going to pay our bills. People were facing evictions, getting evicted, facing repossessions, getting their vehicles repossessed. It was just real life struggles. And at this point, a lot of us had been in the industry for a while, so we didn't really know how to adapt to a new industry. We had to pivot, which is the actual word of the year. We all had to pivot at one point. Trust me when I say this, it was not the easiest pivot. I pivoted back into putting more on Basher visuals, putting more focus on Basher visuals. For example, taking the Basher Chronicles vlog and putting it on YouTube. 2024 was all about the re-up, and it was all about persevering with a smile on my face. Yeah, I had ups and downs, but we all get ups and downs, so you just gotta keep on moving. You gotta remain stoic, and that's what the word of the year was: stoicism. Any hardship that came my way, I accepted it for what it was, and I moved on. We gotta keep moving forward. We gotta get to the vision.
So we just hiked up Stone Mountain, made it to the very top, and when we got to the top, when we got there, we screamed out. We chose 1 to 2 words that we want to, that we want for something for us for the rest of the year. So we chose something that we want the rest of the year, 1 to 2 words, and we screamed it out on the mountaintops. One of those things was networking, and instantly I just started connecting with people. Just connected with an actor that's a pretty big following on Instagram. So we'll see where things go. But the point is, make it to the top, man. Get to the top. It's so easy to come down. Get to the top. When you get to the top, speak the things that you need and that you want for yourself when you get there. And they will come to you because you earned it. You fought for it. You worked for it. You made it.
And now we're here in 2025. First and foremost, Happy New Year to everyone. I'm glad I got to get this video out before the month ends. What I can already tell my word of the year will be is perspective. I've been having many conversations with loved ones and good friends, and I value their opinions. I value their perspectives. They've been teaching me things. I've been allowing myself to go back to more of a student role. It helps in those moments where I may not be seeing things all the way through. And one of the great perspectives that I've learned recently is that in order to make it to the future, you gotta face the present. So that's been my goal. Taking everything day by day, one step at a time. Not focusing too much on where I wanna go, but putting more focus on where I am. Appreciating where I am, nurturing where I am, and doing the things that I need to do to better where I am. The truth is, I don't want to miss out on all the great things I have in life right now in front of me, but that doesn't mean we have to ignore the journey. I always say embrace the process. Maybe I don't put enough emphasis on acknowledging that the present is a part of the process. Take in those moments, live for them. Allow yourself to face the good times and the tough times. Allow the critics to talk when you put your work out there, when you put yourself out there. But at the end of the day, you gotta keep creating in the present in order to be the creator of the future. To stay up to date with The Basher, please subscribe to bashervids.com and also subscribe to my YouTube, as you can see, Basher Visuals. Check me out on Instagram and all the social medias at Basher Visuals. With that being said, love y'all, take care, have a great day, and Happy New Year.